Apparently it is a Croatian nudist colony.
Are you interested?
Obviously, that's why I looked into it.
Wow, I've tried to record this video, I don't know, 4 times, 5 times, and every time I did it, I looked back at the footage later when I was trying to edit this video together, and I looked so sad and depressed and not good. I finally was able to get a haircut. My normal barber set up a very COVID-safe situation at his home, and I got my haircut so I don't look crazy anymore. And I've been trying to be productive, and you know, I've been protesting, but I've also been going out and trying to work, trying not to get sucked into the despair of our current reality. California's on fire. The pandemic is still roaring with no end in sight. And we have a presidential election coming up that I think everyone is dreading. So things are crazy, but luckily, I'm alive. I think that's the plus. Yeah, being alive's good. I think so. Today I'm drinking some coffee from Maru. That's El Paraiso Colombia, #1. There's a limited release 1 and 2. I had the 2 already. I gifted a bag of the 2 to a friend who is also in the coffee industry. And then this one I kept for myself. This is, oh man, Maru is a coffee shop. There's 2 of them in LA, and whenever I go down there for work, I stop by and get coffee. This is probably my favorite coffee from my favorite coffee roaster currently. If you don't know Maru, you should check them out. They sell their coffee and other stuff online. They are fantastic. And yeah, I'll leave a link in the description. I know some people have come to my channel and left comments like, I didn't come here for coffee. I didn't come here to hear about what you're drinking. I came here for blah, blah, blah. And it's funny. So I'm gonna keep talking about what coffee I'm drinking because I love coffee. And some of you do actually enjoy it. I've had people asking me if I'm gonna talk about coffee again. And so here I am in my Heath mug, my favorite one, the sage green Heath mug. Delicious. If you guys like my channel and want to support it, I have t-shirts and sweatshirts for sale in my Teespring, link down below. I also have prints online on my website. Everything that you guys buy from my t-shirt shop or from prints go to help keep this channel running. And I love all of you who've sent me photos of you guys wearing my shirts or with prints of my photos up in your homes. It's been really crazy and awesome. So if you want to check those out, links in the description below. You'll also notice I've got my Topo Chico on standby so I can stay hydrated. It's very important to be hydrated. Topo Chico for life. Let's get to it. I think when was this video made? We shot this in, I think, January, either January or February. I can't remember. I can tell you definitively, I can look right now, but I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna roll. I don't wanna stop this momentum. John, who you've seen in the Leica video, and he was also in my video about the sleepwalk bag and other videos. He's a really good friend of mine. He's a photographer, he's phenomenal. He loves cameras and has owned almost every camera that I've ever lusted after. Recently, he decided he wanted to joined the pantheon of Hasselblad XPan owners and went and purchased one. The first time he got to shoot it, he invited me along with our friend Holly, that's her right there, to try the camera out and see what we can come up with. He shot 2 rolls, one Kodak Tri-X and 1 roll of, I believe, Portra. This is a photo from the roll of Tri-X. As you can see, it's a very wide frame, and that is what the Hasselblad XPan is all about. Taking that 35mm frame and making it a big panoramic monstrosity that almost nobody knows what to do with, because why would you need a photo that wide? I'm not gonna go over all the tech specs of the Hasselblad. I will tell you that That camera is a technological marvel. Fujifilm designed and manufactured the Hasselblad XPan for Hasselblad. They also came out with their own version of it called the TX1 and TX2. That camera was released alongside by Fujifilm, I think originally for the Japanese market. Cameras are identical other than the name, and they are incredibly hard to find. And when you do find them, they are over $3,000 a lot of times. And if you can find a full kit with all the lenses, holy moly, that's a down payment on a house. So as a photographer and cinematographer, I like to shoot a little bit wider. My favorite focal length for shooting photos is 35mm or even a little bit wider, and that carries over to video as well. I'm shooting this on a 24mm Nikkor lens, which works out to be, I think, about 36mm on this camera, which I think is a great frame. This is a good size frame, I think. Context is my workstation. That's my window. Those are some cameras. Oh, this is a print that I bought from our boy Kyle McDougall. He took that photo and I said, I want that. And I bought it and he sent it to me and I love it. So it goes right up here in my workstation so I can look at it every day when I'm working. Anyway, so I like to shoot a little wider because I really love showing and adding context to photos. When I first saw the XPan, back when I first saw it, I was enamored with it. I thought it was the coolest concept ever. And then I saw how much they were going for and I was like, well, I'll never own that thing. And I have to say, seeing John kind of figure it out as he goes and shooting with it that day was really, really fun. He had a good time with it. And then when we finally got the film back, which was like 2 months later, the lab that he usually takes his film to was shut down because of COVID in the very beginning of the pandemic. And then he eventually got his film scanned and brought and sent back to him. The proof is in the photos. They look amazing. I think he really nailed kind of the feel and like soul of this camera.
It's hard.
It's tough?
It's hard because you're like, phew. I could be like this. I could be like.
Honestly, I hate that. But we'll keep it.
So the ergonomics of the camera are very interesting, especially compared to other rangefinders, like a Leica. So shooting with the XPan was interesting. Since I shoot mainly portraits, I'm not used to landscape, and then this is like landscape on crack. The other issue is I don't normally shoot on auto, and I definitely shot half a roll on auto on accident. I don't know, I looked at the meter that's in there and I was like, why? Everything is totally like perfect. Everything's metered perfectly. Why is that? That's so weird. Then I saw that it was on auto and probably the slowest shutter possible. But yeah, otherwise it was interesting, and it's very much a different experience than any other camera I've ever used. So far, it's been interesting trying to frame for things that are so wide, especially, oh my gosh. You see that dog? Oh my gosh.
Would I buy the XPan? If I had the money, absolutely. It would be in my kit for sure. I think it is such a cool, unique camera, and I would love to build my style around that really wide frame. But unfortunately, there's no way in hell I can afford a camera like that, much less find the clientele who would pay me for super, super wide panoramic photos. This camera is purely for unique projects. There are a lot of photographers out there who are doing really cool stuff with the XPan, and I'm really excited to see what John does coming up. The more he shoots with it. You can even shoot a normal 35mm frame if you want, because there's a selector to go between panoramic and 35mm. Why you would use the Hasselblad XPan to shoot 35mm, I have no idea. That would be insane. It's like buying a Bugatti Veyron and, I don't know, driving it to work, like in the city or something. I don't know why you would do it. You could do it. If you had the money, you could definitely do it. But don't do it. It's really stupid. You buy a Bugatti, take it to the track. If you buy a Hasselblad XPan, you shoot wide. You shoot panoramic and you get all that context. And it's I think looking at these frames, they're very cinematic. And I think that's why I was drawn to the XPan in the first place. I think I draw a lot of inspiration for my photography from cinematographers. And I think that that cinematic aspect ratio really does just look incredible. And if you can find the right context for it, it's just like nothing else. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys supporting this channel. I promise I'll be doing more. I keep saying that. Every video I say I promise I'll do more, but global pandemics really do throw you a lot of curveballs. So I will try to be more consistent with my content. I know people have been asking me for more videos, so there's more coming soon. I've got some tutorial videos coming up. I've got a video about one of my favorite cameras of all time. I've got a video coming out about the first camera I ever shot with. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Well, you'll see me, I won't see you because you're behind the camera. I'm behind the camera, I'm in front of the camera.